The token of Pooply.
What?
I don't even know if I said that right.
What the f?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's LSD Jesus from Streamer House here, and this is gonna be a build guide for my Black Ice elemental focused storm build. Currently, at the moment, Gunslinger's Mark has been removed from the game due to a certain stacking bug that would let it stack incredibly high. So we had to switch it up a little bit, and we are trying an elemental based storm. So the whole build is going to focus all around the ability Black Ice. I've got quite a bit of cooldown in the build, which helps out quite fast, or gear speed in this game. And pretty much you just obliterate everything with Black Ice. Unlike a lot of the other storm builds I see, this one is not an AoE focused build. This is straight up single target, and that target dies. I've got a lot of abilities and one gun that's just going to be beefing up this damage by quite a bit. So first of all, your main skill is going to be Black Ice, and mine's not rolled the greatest. Doesn't really matter, but it's mainly the elemental damage that you're looking for. If you get one with elemental damage on it, you're gonna have a good time. Maybe even extra charges, but yeah, elemental damage is where it's at. Your blast seal is gonna be Winter's Wrath. We'll go over that in a little bit. The only thing you really need on this, the elemental damage is nice, getting a little bit of extra damage out there, but mainly you want gear speed or extra charges, and that's for freezing targets. Pretty much when you're playing this, everything around you is just completely locked down. It's frozen solid, which is very good. It primes things for your teammates, and well, frozen enemies can't shoot you. So for components, you're going to be obviously rocking a Token of Daring, or the base version, which just increases your elemental damage. I think it's called Elemental Empowerment. It's essential. You got to have it. It's very good. Breaking a Shield increases your elemental damage, which, you know, buffs up Black Ice. I'm running a Gunslinger's Mark, even though it actually isn't active right now, but mainly because the gear recharge rate, once it becomes active again, it's actually going to be really good and synergize very well with the build. Next, we're going to have a Mark of Wrath, which increases your gear damage, lowers recharge rate. Now, if you notice, this one increases my recharge rate, lowers gear damage. So overall, it's a 30% increase to my recharge rate and my damage. And this is, the E recharging Q damage is increased. Don't even need to worry about that. We're literally wearing this just to have the increased gear damage. The combo chains, you can ignore that. We're wearing this because hitting an enemy with our Q is going to increase our E damage, which is Black Ice, by 60%. It's substantial. The Mark of Ruin, we don't do any fire damage, but while Q is on cooldown, your E damage is further increased by 20% more. You can see where I'm going by this build is running a lot of different things to buff up Black Ice. The fire damage, completely ignore that. We want 20% more damage on our E. And then, of course, the Amulet of Winter gives you more ice damage. Now, applying the ice effect increases weapon damage currently is not working. But when it does start working, it's actually going to be really nice because it's going to synergize very well with the Avenging Herald, which by now everybody should know is one of the better guns to be running on a storm because you're always hovering. Storms, we don't like touching the ground. And then your other weapon is an Elemental Rage, which hitting an elite or higher enemy increases your elemental damage. Further, guess what it does? It buffs your Black Ice. So overall, we're running a lot of stuff to buff up Black Ice. You've got a lot of buffs to watch out for, a lot of buffs to maintain. So pretty much when you get into a fight, you're going to shoot some stuff with your Elemental Rage. You're going to get your 20 stacks on that, which is 50% increased elemental damage. You're going to blow every single charge of Winter's Wrath off the bat. All three of them. It's going to freeze targets, which is cool. But it's going to activate both your Mark of Ruin and your Token of, I guess it's Pupil. I like saying Pupily, though.
I'll have to ask my accountant about that.
But yeah, pretty much it's going to activate both of these seals for you, or components. And just, your Black Ice is going to be hitting hard. Minimal damage, non-crits. I think I usually see them hit. If they don't crit without a combo, it's going to hit for, I don't know, like 7k each hit, and it fires 4 shards. So yeah, it's pretty nice. If you don't have the Masterworks yet, it's Glacial Spear, and you can use all non-Masterworked versions of these abilities just to get it started out. You obviously won't want to run a Ruin if you don't have the Masterworked version. And yeah, that's pretty much how the build works. You just kind of float around. I think my Black Ice is on a 4-second cooldown, somewhere in that range. And yeah, it just blows stuff up. It's solid for single target. It's a very heavy single target build. I know the Tyrant Queen, you know, pretty much the most effective form of farming right now. It was hitting her for, I think, 25k a tick, so 100k damage every time you fire it off. And then in between, you're just tapping every now and then with the with the Elemental Rage. Nice too. It's a 10-second duration, and this also affects your ulti. So at first I was a little skeptical. I was like, man, that's just a whole nother buff to maintain, but it's actually pretty easy to keep it up. But yeah, overall the playstyle is pretty fun because you've got a lot of stuff to buff yourself and a lot of stuff to pay attention to while you're in between waiting for your Black Ices to be up. Just to reiterate, you want to keep your Winter's Wrath on cooldown at almost all times. You always want that to be recharging so that you're getting the full potential out of your Black Ice fires. It also primes your targets, and Black Ice is a detonator, so you get some good combos too. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. We'll see you on the next build video.